Hello everyone, welcome to today's session of basic input and output in Python. Before moving into the content session, in the last session we learned about the data types in Python, the variable assignment and naming conventions and why Python is called as dynamically typed language. In today's session, we'll take our first steps into understanding how to make our code more interactive. We'll start with, like we have already seen the usage of print statement. We will start using input statements and use two other methods, fstrings and dot format, which are used to make the print statement more effective in terms of displaying formats and we will see like combining the overall user flow, the interactive user flow. This is one of the very foundational skills that is needed, that is communicating with the actual user of your code, such that the interaction makes it more clear that how the user can interact with the code and how the code can communicate back to the user by executing that particular code. So to make the programs interactive, we use something called as the input function, which collects data from users. Important to note that whatever the user enters, Python reads this as a string. If you want numbers, you have to specifically convert that. So if you see in our code, let's say here we are taking the name as an input, so this by default will be considered as a string. If you want something that gets converted to a number, so we have something like the input statement where you enter your age and where you add an int out of this, then and then only it will get converted to an integer type. So we'll just see how to add an integer value here and how you can convert this age to a proper integer value. And okay, formatting the output, we'll take it later. Let me show you the code. So coming to this particular section, so if I just run this code, so enter your name. So this is how the input functionality works. It will open something like this, enter your name, and I will be able to enter my name here. So it shows hello Chirag. So if you particularly see, I added input. I added this instruction, what input I'm expecting from the user. So the same thing will be shown here on the terminal. I added Chirag and pressed enter. So now here using this print statement, it is printing hello Chirag, enter, and now it's asking me for another input, that is enter your age. So I'll just simply put 25 here. So you're 25 years old. Now, the issue here with respect to input would be, let's say, I want to do something like age plus 1. Okay. So if I rerun this script, here this throws me an error that type error can only concatenate string, not int to string. That means that this string variable, we cannot add a number to a string variable because that's obvious. Text, a piece of text cannot be added with a integer value. So what we need to essentially do is we need to wrap this up in this integer inbuilt int function. So how this will work is, now let's say I'll just make it quick. So you see you're 25 years old and now it's printing 26 here because we did 25 plus 1, and the 25 that was taken as a string is now converted to an integer value used by wrapping the input function wrapped up into an integer function. So that is how you need to convert your inputs to a specific format as required based upon your code requirements. Right. Now coming to the formatting the output section. So we have two functions as discussed, dot format and f strings. With respect to dot format, so dot format is a method that like you can add string values to any print statement using a dot format at the very end of the any text that is mentioned inside the print statement in the inverted comma section, and it's very useful for creating cleaner and readable output, especially when combining text and variables. So let's say if I want to check the code for this. So let's say I just like in writing my name is like I already created a variable name, and this is how you use the format function. That is, you add this what I say brackets, curly brackets, and after your overall this one is like the inverted comma section is over, you add dot format name, and after name you can also add up age here. Okay, I guess I removed the age, so I'll just copy paste this age here, and age I will also directly mention as 25. So you see, uh, I just did dot format name and age and this whole string. So whatever the first value was used, like name here was passed. So for the first curly brackets, name would be used, and for the second curly brackets, age will be used. So that is how you can use fstring sorry, I mean dot format method. And let's talk about the fstring part as well. So fstring is something very similar. It's just a bit of change, and it is more modern, and like it was released after Python 3.6, and you can just simply place an F before the inverted commas and use curly brackets with the variable name, so that variables will be directly presented, I mean displayed into the final print statements output. So let's say I take this particular example, name Bob, score is 93.5. So here, if you see the difference between the dot format and the f-string method is, here before the inverted comma, I will add the letter F, and instead of using dot format name and age, what here I am doing is curly brackets name scored curly brackets the same variable name that was given here score marks in the test. So I will just simply go and run this. So you can see Bob scored 93.5 marks in the test. So that is how you will be able to use f-string. Like you don't need to do something like dot format. You can just add a F here and just use the same variable name wrapped up in a curly brackets. That's how easy to use. Right. Now here, let's do a very small mini code exercise. Like we have already done a lot of things here right now in Python. So we know how to write the basic syntax and indentation. So try writing a short script that's ask for I mean just a minute. Yeah, let me yeah, right. So what we'll try to do is let's try writing a short script that asks for users name and age, then prints a greeting message, and then calculate what will be how old they will be the next year. What you can do is you can pause the video now, try out the exercise on your own. uh, if you are not able to write the code, that's totally fine, but I would suggest do try it, uh, practice will because without practice you won't be able to actually make uh, actually have the basics cleared. So try to attempt it. Every attempt, even if it's not correct, will help you to improve your coding. So yeah, please try it out, and just pause the video right now and try it. I'm now moving directly to the solution. So how this code exercise, like the solution of this code exercise is, first we will take in the name, the input, the age, that input will be like what is your age, would be wrapped up inside the integer because we need to add something here. Then we are going to use the print statement. Hello, name, you are this age years old. And then again, we will add another print statement. Next year, you will be age plus 1 years old. So that is how this exercise would work. If I just go back to my VS Code and uncomment my code, I will run. So it's asking what is your name, Chirag, age 25. So here you see how it printed, hello Chirag, you are 25 years old. Next year you will be 26 years old. So this is how uh, like you can simply use input statements, add up integer to your input statement to convert it to an integer, and using a string you can display the content back to the user that we have processed your information, and this is what like the code is running upon. So like when you will actually start writing uh, more huge codes, bigger codes where you are doing some kind of XYZ processing operations on mathematics, statistics stuff. So at that time, this inputs values from the users are very much important because without the user input, the code block is still static. Without dynamic inputs, code cannot be made interactive. So this is very useful for your future. So please try to understand it properly. Right. So today we learned how to communicate with users using the input statement in Python, both displaying output and expecting user from the expecting input from the user, formatting tools like dot format and f string that helps us present our output in a more better format, and this basics will help you in all your future programs because user inputs is a very important part of any coding journey. In the next session, we'll dive deeper into strings, how to slice the strings, manipulate the strings, and apply some built-in basic string methods. So yes, thank you for joining today's session. Let's meet in the next session.